What's going on, guys? So I promised everybody a while back a 3,000 round review of my Fusion Firearms XP Pro, and that's what I'm going to give you right now. So there's a lot of people out there that are talking about the XP, right? It is making waves in the two-way community all over the place, and some of it for the right reasons, some of it for the wrong reasons, right? Some of it is positive because people are looking at, here you have this phenomenal platform. It's a steel frame, steel slide, aluminum grip, all metal gun, you know, completely constructed out of the bar stock. It is a high quality piece that when tuned properly will run with the best of them, right? Yes, it's a 4-inch gun, so it's a little bit on the smaller side. A lot of people have, you know, come out and ask for a longer gun. They want a 5-inch model, this and that. There is a 4.6-inch model coming that's a comp that will be here in a few weeks, which is, you know, that's no new news to anybody who has been a fan or been following along for the platform. But I got into the XP a little bit late on the scene. A lot of people had already done reviews. There were people who were in love with it. Then there were people who had completely written it off and didn't want to have anything to do with it because either they had problems with them or what, or whatever. There were, you know, some guns, as far as I know, there were some guns in the beginning that did have, you know, some extraction issues, some battery issues, things like that. But guys, all this stuff is tunable, right? And when you buy a gun that is literally $1,000, $1,100, you know, I mean, right now their highest price point is $13.99 for the custom colorways, and that's retail. And 9 times out of 10, you can find somebody that has, you know, something for cheaper. You know, I got my original one through Modern Warriors, and I think I paid I think it was $11.99 for the chrome version, which is the one that I've had and have since put over 3,000 rounds through, and I'm absolutely 1,000,000% not only happy, but extremely satisfied with this gun, right? I've had my share of issues. In the beginning, I had a couple stovepipes. I did go through a period of time where I was having trouble with the slide going back in the battery. Figured all that out, tuned it up real good. It has been absolutely amazing. The thing runs like a race car. It runs with some of my friends' more expensive guns. You know, me, I'm an average Joe, and, you know, yes, I am a gunsmith, but at the end of the day, I don't claim to be Mr. Moneybags, right? I have a decent amount of stuff, but I don't have a ton of expensive pistols because I feel, for me, I am one of those people that if I can buy something for $1,000 and put, you know, a couple $100 and some time into it to make it run, and a lot of people making this statement is what's the word, controversial in and of itself, because there are a lot of people out there that have more expensive guns. They'll say, oh, you don't know until you shot them. I do. I have a great friend of mine who is a dentist that lives in Miami and has everything you can possibly think of, from an Atlas Erebus to Jacob Grays to Hayes Customs to, you know, he doesn't have a lot of the more sought after ones that you guys are, you know, getting now, like the Venoms and things like that, but he does have, you know, a lot of the ones that you have potentially been able to buy at one point or another, on a fairly reasonable release. He's got a couple Infinities, you know, things like that. So I have shot $12,000 pistols. I have, you know, even more. I've shot revolvers that he has that cost $30,000, $40,000. So, and at the end of the day, I'm telling you right now that a properly tuned XP Pro can run with any one of those guns. Now, there's a very different concept or way of looking at, you know, these particular pistols. Now, yes, fit, finish, overall, you know, build quality, things like that are always going to be better on a hand-fitted pistol. You know, I'm not going to sit here and tell, you know, Don over at Venom that his pistol is no better than the XP, because that's not fair, right? That is a custom-fitted pistol that the slide to frame is done by hand. Every part of that gun is fitted and custom to that pistol. The XP is a production gun. They're made on a production line, right? Are they, in some instance, tuned independently? Yes, but they're not custom fitted, right? And that's just the reality. So yeah, there are better guns out there, but for the price point, you know, and for what you get and what the capabilities are of the XP, in my honest opinion, guys, there's nothing better out there. And, you know, I love the Mag 9 DS Comp, great gun. still not as good as the XP. And that's just my honest opinion. And they're both made in Turkey, probably made of very similar materials. And one thing that, you know, a lot of people fail to realize, especially with the XP, is that the gun is, the physical manufacturing process of building the gun is in Turkey. A lot of the components are made here in the United States in terms of the parts that the guns are built with. And then all of the service and everything that they do with these pistols is done here in the United States in Venice, Florida. Fusion Firearms is based out of Florida. So you don't have to send your gun back to Turkey or anything like that to get it worked on. You know, there's a very capable group of guys here and ladies that are able and willing to service you. Their turnaround time is fantastic. I've heard some, you know, complaints where people have been like, oh, I emailed them and it took them a week to get back to me. Look, they're busy. They got a million things going on. Stuff happens. I've ordered some small parts and had accidents happen. You know, I ordered an extended mag release with a big button, and I got a mag release for a single stack 1911. I ordered some plunger tubes the other day, and they sent me double springs and one side of the plunger tube and not the other side that I needed. It happens. Humans make mistakes, right? So at the end of the day, they take care of it. You know, it's not a big deal. And I'll tell you what, it is literally one of my favorite guns, right? And we're talking about now, here I am I have my chrome one that has over 3,000 rounds through it. Then I have my Holy Grail baby, which is my black and bronze that has not even been shot yet. I'm going to take it to shoot it for its first time tomorrow. And what's really cool about this too, guys, is that I took a chance. I tuned this one differently than I did my 3,000 round chrome gun. The reason why I did that is because I wanted to see if I could soften it up a little bit and get it to shoot a little bit softer. Because what I did do with my chrome gun is I went for 100% reliability, right? It's got a 19-pound mainspring. It's got a 10-pound recoil spring. It has a competition extractor. It's got the extra power firing pin spring. It's got an extended firing pin, and it runs flawlessly. 147, 124, 115, plus P, you know, it doesn't matter. It runs all types of ammo, and I have had no issues with it since it's been tuned. And that's just the reality. With this one, I decided to try something a little bit different. I have a 17-pound mainspring. I stuck with the 10-pound recoil spring just to see how it goes. Also have a competition extractor. I did the extra power firing pin spring and the extended firing pin. But the difference, yes, in that is the 17-pound mainspring, because I wanted to see if it would run just as well with a little bit less spring tension on the mainspring, because it will, in essence, slide reciprocation will be softened up a little bit. Right, so I want to see how it'll run with that. And if I have any issues, if it doesn't go back in the battery, I'm going right back to a 19-pound mainspring. I'm going to run it exactly the same way as I did my chrome one, and I guarantee you I'll get 3,000 plus rounds out of this and be super happy with it. You know, at the end of the day, there are things that I've heard people say about the XP, the texture. You know, like a lot of people complain overall about, you know, the slide serrations being, you know, too soft and things like that. Whereas at the end of the day, yes, is it the easiest gun to rack from the slide? No. But 90% of you are grabbing your pistols by the optic and racking it with the optic anyway. I've literally seen people go like this and they're racking the guns with their legs on the optic. So at the end of the day, you know, I don't want to say your complaints are moot, but they're silly when it's not even something that you really do. You know, press checking, you know, things like that. Yeah, okay, I get it. You know, you want to be able to kind of just reach up and go like that and check it, and you don't have to worry about it. I get it. And I promise you, I can't say anything about it, but a lot of those issues and complaints are being addressed in the new models of these guns. And I'm telling you, when this new model comes out, ultimately, it's putting big companies on notice. It's already putting big companies on notice. I mean, if you can look at this firearm right here and tell me that that is not a beautiful looking piece, you're full of crap. Because there's nothing else like it right now. I had somebody the other day look at a comment on a video that I posted on a Facebook group and say, it looks like a Romulus. This does not look like a Romulus in any way, shape, or form. The one thing about the XP is it is completely its own design. There's literally nothing out there that looks like the XP in any way, shape, or form. And that's the reason why I love it so much. You know, yes, it's a production gun. I get it. You know, but I promise you guys, zero of what I'm saying and what I'm bringing to the table has anything to do with my relationship with Fusion. I love the gun, period. I loved it before I had a relationship with Fusion. And I will continue to love it and continue to work on it and continue to build custom ones and have fun with it and make this thing into a absolutely viable platform that people are going to love for many, many years to come. You know, one of the most awesome things about this is being an all metal gun, dude. These are now pieces that we can hand down to our kids, grandkids, grandkids. You know what I mean? Like that's, I mean, not that we can't do that with a polymer frame or a polymer grip gun, but you understand what I'm saying. Like these are the types of things that will literally be around for 50, 60, 70, 100 years. And I just dig it. I mean, there's so much possibility, right? And I'm actually a fan of the original grip. Like this one still has the original grip on it. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, I do have the new grip coming because I want to check it out. I want to be able to review it. I want to be able to tell you guys about it and give you guys my honest opinion on it. So I did get one, you know, and it's coming, but I'm not a hater of the original grip. Like I never looked at that grip and went, oh, it's not grippy enough. I've never had an issue with this. I mean, between the texture on the undercut here, I mean, on the inside of the grip to, yeah, I mean, it's a little smooth, obviously, on the side panels. But at the end of the day, where, at least with my grip, where the grip matters the most is more the mainspring and the underside right here. That's where that's where my grip is more prevalent, right? And I just, yeah, at the end of the day, man, it is an absolutely viable piece. It is something that Fusion should be proud of. I have heard very few, I have never, let's put it this way, I've never heard somebody say they bought one and they regretted it. I've had people buy them and say they had issues with them. I've had people buy them and say it's been frustrating. But typically what happens is once it gets sorted out and they have it and it's working the way that it's supposed to work, they're like, holy shit, I love this gun. And that's it, you know? So that's my 3,000 round review, is that, you know, if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, if you're a 1911 double stack, 2011, you know, person, and you really like this platform of pistol, get one. Why not? Give it a try. You don't like it, you can always sell it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I promise you, tuned properly, you will not be disappointed. This thing is a formidable pistol that shoots, in my honest opinion, like I said, when tuned properly, far above the cost platform that it sits in. You know, they could easily sell this gun for $2,500 or $3,000 and people would still buy it because it's worth it. You know, so selling it for $1,000, $1,400. I think the new comp models are going to be like $13.99 and $14.99, something like that. You know, a little bit more expensive than the models that are out now. But pending, you know, the economy and all kinds of stupid shit going on, I seriously doubt that the prices are gonna change that much more, even with new models coming down the pipe. And then that takes me even to talk about the XF. If you don't have an XF, what the hell are you waiting for? Like all you guys out there that have PSA daggers and P80s and what else, RPX 9s and friggin' every other, you know, Glock clone that's out there, RXMs, like all that shit. Why don't you have an XF? It is literally the epitome of a striker fire pistol. Like all metal, like no slide to frame wiggle whatsoever, like a phenomenal piece. And for the price point, again, I mean, dude, you can get those for $440. Seriously, like I've seen them out there for that cheap. And I mean, the option of a ported barrel and all this extra stuff is like, dude, there are other companies out there that are doing the same thing. They're asking $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 for a pistol like that. It's just, yeah, I wonder sometimes how they can possibly do it, you know. And the reality is, yeah, part of it is because they are manufacturing in Turkey. But guys, yeah, I have quite a few Turkish pistols. I got my B9R double stack TSOS, love it. 2 Max, love them both. 2 XPs, love them both. My XF, love it. All my friggin' Springfields are all made in friggin' Croatia, love them. You know, like Taurus, made in Brazil, love my G3. Not a fan of my GX4. You know, the RPX 9, made in Turkey, love it. Bull Armory, made in Israel, love it. Like, you know, I don't necessarily, well, I shouldn't say love it on the Bull Armory, but you get what I'm saying. Like, there's just, like, and the more I think about it now, I don't know I honestly don't even know if I have anything that's made in the United States. Sadly, and that's not intended. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm buying guns from outside of the country on purpose. It's just happens to be what I gravitate towards, because I really do. I am not one of those people that just goes out and buys anything. I genuinely do buy what I like, and like I got something new coming to the channel soon that you guys are going to see that, you know, it's already been out and about, but it'll be something new that we bring to the channel, and I'm excited to share it with you guys and, you know, see what you guys think. It's another one of those things where it's something that other companies are charging, you know, huge dollars for, and for less than 500 bucks, you're getting an option that, you know, you look at it and go, wow, why aren't more companies doing this? So anyway, appreciate you guys. Hope you have an amazing day. Yes, this is a 15-minute friggin' video, but I had to break it all down for you and talk about it because, I mean, I genuinely am a fan of the XP Pro, and I think a lot more people should be too. Later.